Be afraid, be very afraid. Together, we'll be talking about chronic silent inflammation. Just think that inflammation doesn't sound like anything good, right? And then we say silent, so there are no visible signs, it's chronic, ongoing, and there is no cure. All this is bad, but maybe I have some solutions for you. So welcome for the first time, or welcome back to The Age Traveler. My name is Custodio, and for those who already know me, I have not changed my mind. I still believe that real skincare, exciting skincare, it's based on skin biology. Skincare should follow what the skin wants before marketing and the so-called brand philosophies got all on the way. For those who never heard me and are here for the first time, very much welcome. I hope you stay till the end of the video. Maybe then you can subscribe, which would be some good manners, I would say. To also invite you to do so, I want to say that normally, end of this series, The Perfect Formula, I always give away one free product from my brand Swiss line, and today will be the case. The same case that 2 weeks ago, Gloria from Portugal, such a beautiful country, and Gloria shared, because she's such a kind person, she shared a picture with me, which is here, from the moment that she got her parcel with her free Swiss line product. I mean, what can I say? Portuguese people are so nice. Thank you, Gloria. Thank you for sending the picture, and I hope you stay with The Age Traveler for many, many videos to come. So today, as said before, we're going to be talking about chronic silent inflammation. So before even addressing what it is, let's take it out of the way what it isn't. So it's not high-grade inflammation, inflammation that you can see visibly. There are signs on your skin, you have redness, you have sensations of discomfort, itchiness, you can have temperature, perceived increase of temperature, so the normal meaning of inflammation. When we say chronic silent inflammation, it refers to a syndrome of various factors, which can also be referred to as low-grade inflammation, like a slow burn, something which is happening and you cannot feel it. So this is not really talking about sensitive skin, rosacea, even though probably we'll mention that they are or might be also involved, but chronic silent inflammation, it's an aging factor. And if you want the opinion of this friend of yours, it's actually probably the least talked about and one of the most important to talk about. So important that I even would say, together with SPF, these are my two personal favorites. Favorites in the sense of being afraid of all the causes underlining and what they can really provoke on your skin. So today's video is exactly to go deeper into this idea, understand what it means, how it happens, and how can it be counteracted. And for those of you who already know the channel, I'm sure that you're already thinking, wait, the guy is now gonna go back to his darling, perfect pyramid. And yes, I will, because it's what I said in the beginning of this series. It's like my homework. It's a bit of my personal take on skincare, trying to organize all the ingredients and all the functions in skincare in a logical way, which I name this perfect formula pyramid. So we are still in the bases, and this is the last episode of the bases. So soon we're going to be stepping up to the core. And in the bases, as in the previous videos, we've been step by step naming some of these beautiful ingredients. We began with those essential, that's why we say bases. Those functions like hydration, energy, UV protection. So when we spoke about hydration, we spoke about NMF, natural moisturizing factor. I'm linking all these videos up here. I never know in reverse which of the hands, but I think it's this one. Yes, here I will link the video about natural moisturizing factor. When we talk about energy, a forgotten gem, which is adenosine triphosphate. So if you haven't seen that video, something you should also learn about. Then the mostly talked about UV protection. We have several videos on that as well, and all the links here. And today, finally, we talk about inflammation, so anti-inflammatories, chronic silent inflammation, and my favorite ingredient, which is Madecassoside. So still on understanding what chronic silent inflammation stands for, we should understand that this is so crucial about skin biology. So this is at the same time born this way. I mean, that's the way the skin functions. You know that inflammation, it's a quintessential part of recovery. The same way fever and all these body behaviors are, in the end of the day, linked, and they are one same solution for one same problem, which is you need to trigger recovery. And all these also connects with immune system and reactions to fight aggression. So whatever aggression we are suffering, our body has always mechanisms related to some sort of inflammation to activate, to ring the alarm, let's say it this way. And there is one essential protein which is produced by several different cells. Bad news for us, and including cells in the skin, which in this case are the fibroblasts. So the same cells that produce collagen and produce elastin and are related to reproducing hyaluronic acid. So the fibroblasts, they also emit this protein, which is called cytokine. Let's go for an IT metaphor. Maybe it's easier than talking about skin. Think about a computer. When you initiate your computer and there are corrupt files and last time the computer didn't close properly, it takes longer and longer to initiate because your computer is trying to deal with the problems of yesterday. That's exactly what chronic silent inflammation is. Instead of dealing with now, you are dealing with yesterday. So today it's all metaphors. After the computer reboot, let's think of another situation. You are at a hotel, and now you will understand what chronic silent inflammation is all about. You are at a hotel. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. There is a fire, and the fire alarm rings. Yes, it's the most unpleasant thing, but it's a good thing, right? It's good that the alarm is ringing because there is a fire. But now, to the absurd extreme, imagine that that same hotel has been having a fire all 4 o'clock in the morning for the past 20 days. So that alarm, which is meant to be a device that very seldom or never ever rings, has been ringing consequently for 20 nights in a row. And then the whole thing is settled. But, question mark, it might be that the mechanism of the device has been hurt to the point that it keeps on ringing. So unless you replace it, and as we're talking about skin, you cannot replace your skin, you reach the point where too often, too frequent, too serious small alarms and small fires have made your alarm system simply unable to disconnect. So what is the fire alarm? Are the cytokines. If your skin is overproducing cytokines all the time, you reach the point which is named chronic silent inflammation, which is your own cytokines are triggering more cytokines. Okay, good. You don't want to check in the chronic silent inflammation hotel, you want to check out. And in my view, there is one core thing you should look for, which are ingredients known to minimize, to antagonize the production of cytokines. Maybe I'm expressing myself too enthusiastically. Maybe the expression is not to minimize the production, is to minimize the expression, so that the cells responsible for capturing the messages from those cytokines are minimized. In my brand Swiss line, and this is why I'm so enthusiastic about this topic of chronic silent inflammation, if I would take pride for anything I did for the past 12 years with the brand, this would be it. to bring this anti-inflammatory to the center of the conversation. So it's this collection I already been talking about in other videos called Age Intelligence. That's exactly the point of uniqueness of Age Intelligence, is having this addressing chronic silent inflammation intention from the very beginning. And this is from 2007. So I really think that this is something to be proud of, that still so few brands are talking about chronic silent inflammation, and we are already doing it. And that's the initial intuition for the range, was actually, that's why I want to share, because it's almost autobiographical. The intention was to address, because we sell the brand in some clinics and some doctors and dermatologists, plastic surgeons, and they look for skincare which can also be used immediately after more invasive and more aggressive aesthetic procedures or lasers or fillers. And when the skin wants a skincare which considers as well that the skin is in a more pro-inflammatory state after such aesthetic procedures, because they can do you good, but they can also hurt you for a while as post-treatment. And that's why we did Age Intelligence. And at the time, we were studying different ingredients that could have these anti-inflammatory, inflammation reduction effect. And we have selected Madecassoside. Madecassoside, it's for those who love natural ingredients, there you are. It's an engineered pharmaceutical grade, but it's purely a natural molecule extracted from Centella asiatica. And I'm sure if you are one of these skincare people, I hope, is following the channel, you know that Centella asiatica became popular in the last decade, mostly due to the Asian brands and K-beauty where Centella asiatica is used. Well, Madecassoside is the pharmaceutical grade, isolated, active fraction obtained from Centella asiatica. What does it mean? If you have an extract of Centella asiatica, within that extract you will have this little bit of Madecassoside. And then, yes, you have the real stuff, Madecassoside, which is just those active fractions which are proven and known for a long time to be able to reduce the expression of cytokines. So whenever your skin is entering those chain reactions of irritation and one thing leads to another, the more Madecassoside you have released on your skin, the more likely you will be able to keep those chain reactions under control. So as a conclusion, Madecassoside from this family, it's the one ingredient we believe in. The higher it sits on the formula, the better. We are using it almost in all products called Age Intelligence, and I personally think that this is a critical thing. That's why it's part of the base of the pyramid, because your skincare should at some time, if not always, include some sort of Madecassoside high concentration, so that your skin is in peak condition to resist all the triggers of inflammation. And remember what I said, I always want to be truth to you. There is no way to stop it. You will always be under some sort of inflammation. So you decide if you want to check in or check out and how long you want to stay, and if you want to stay in a 2-star hotel or if you want to go to a 5-star hotel where everything is Madecassoside. So is there any other ingredient which can also play this game? I would say there are 2 ingredients I fully believe can also be anti-inflammatory with very long track and evidence of clinical tests. A lot of the ingredients extracted from licorice are also very interesting. So it's glycyrrhizinic acid, all these tongue twisters, dipotassium glycyrrhizinate, which is the salt from the previous one. But all these are extracted from licorice, and they are very interesting. So we also include them in a lot of our formulations. So in the end, I will offer you a product which contains all these ingredients. And the third one I also like, which we are not using, it's regulatorily more complicated, which is azelaic acid. Azelaic acid, which you obtain from wheat and from other cereals, has the beauty, it's not an alpha-hydroxy acid. It's even though there is a sort of exfoliation, but it works in a total different path from the AHA or from the BHA. It's actually a carboxylic acid, and azelaic acid works together with an yeast that exists in human skin. You see this fascinating path for skin biology, ingredients which are also activated by our own skin. An idea that nowadays comes more and more with the pre and the probiotics. Not that azelaic acid is a pre or a probiotic. I'm just referring to this mechanism that our biome, our own skin, the bacteria or the enzymes or the yeasts naturally present in our skin can actually trigger, and this is fascinating. And I think this is going to be, for the next decade, something very important. When we step up to the core of the pyramid, we will talk also about pre and probiotics. So I think we can wrap up before I scare you more about the slow fire within your skin. Did I say that you should also be in good mood? Did I say that you should strive for a meaningful life and to have an experience of life which is positive most of the hours of the day? I mean, there are things that make it very hard, but there is always an option to look at the brighter side, and that also makes your skin look younger. Because if there is one thing that cytokines will love, it's all the stress and all the unhappiness that you allow to grow inside yourself. So if you want to be lucky like Gloria from Portugal in the beginning of the video, in this video I will wait for your comments, and at the same time, of course, as always, you heard it, please click activate the bell, click like, subscribe if you think that this is a content you would like to follow, which I believe you should. Well, just saying. And at the same time, be sure that I will be very happy to send you one Age Intelligence Recovery Serum, which is one of my favorite childs from several products I had the chance to develop together with Swissline team for the last 12 years. And this is really a darling product where you have the highest concentration of Madecassoside and a lot of other anti-inflammatory beneficial ingredients. So that this product lands on your post box, all you have to do is to leave a comment saying what type of products or ingredients make your skin angry, makes your skin happy, make you feel calm, do immediately deliver a sensation of well-being. I'm super curious to hear. See you next week for another Age Traveler video. Stay away from inflammation, and there is only one way to do it, which is to say no to boring skincare. See you next week. Ciao! Yes, it's me again. Just one more second to remind you, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do it now. I'm a nice person, I'm anti-inflammatory, maybe sometimes inflammatory. Thank you.